212.81% chance of being.
Wow. Guess I know literally all of them then. What are the chances?
You should have at least 5 to 7 guys on your roster paying your bills for you.
Right? I know a really good trick to this. Instead of having 5 to 7 guys, just find one guy that will give you enough money for all of your bills. So I have this one guy. His name is my boss. I know, weird name, right? He doesn't even expect me to go out to dinner with him. All I have to do is show up for a few hours, do a little bit of work, not even that hard, and then I go home. He gives me enough money for all of my bills. It's great.
Bring to the table.
At the end of the day, I bring to a partner. I bring somebody who respects you, who will uplift.
Now that's the kind of answer I want to hear. I freaking love her answer. It's so good. We need more women like her for sure. All the men in the world definitely want me to tell you that I know this hack. So all you have to do is when you pass by one of these places where you're getting close, you could just be like, hey babe, can we stop at Starbucks? Most men will stop. Then you can get your treat. Works like every time. I don't know why they silence. Your love is toxic. Oh, he definitely misses you. I love this type of humor. Instead of that gushy, lovey-dovey stuff, like, oh. Facts. That's definitely girl math. Because woman math is knowing that you already get one holiday, you don't need 2 now. You didn't have to do this grandiose gesture, ask you to be his Valentine, and then also do something on Valentine's Day. Woman math is knowing that your financial health is more important. The stuff you're just gonna throw away. Receiving random flowers sometimes is absolutely fantastic. That we'd rather him do it because he wants to, not because he was pressured into it by a TikTok video. Woman math is being in a relationship with a man that makes us feel loved naturally every single day. Those types of holidays really aren't that big of a deal because we've communicated to our man exactly what makes us feel loved, and he does those things. It's about being grateful for the little things that he does. Ultimately knowing that those gifts on Valentine's Day don't determine how much he actually loves us. We're not sitting there waiting for him to read our minds because we've communicated our expectations up front.
We're told we have to do what we're told, but surely...
Right, and the reality is, if you're not using dating websites, going out constantly and talking to random people you don't know, you're probably going to end up meeting someone at work. While it's not the ideal situation, you're both mature enough, you usually can make it somewhat professional, at least at work. Did you know statistically, you have a lower chance of getting divorced if you marry a coworker?
How long you been married?
42 years.
How was that possible?
I count in dog years because my wife's a bitch.
Makes sense.
You're texting Sarah.
Sarah?
I told you I'm not dealing with you
Sarah
texting all these
is
girls
my
anymore.
cousin. She's my cousin.
This is why you should only date people that you trust. That way, instead of jumping to conclusions, you can just simply ask your partner who that person was. You shouldn't be in a relationship with someone that you genuinely don't believe has the best intentions for you.
To go ahead and find a woman in her 20s and date her.
Good idea. That's exactly what my boyfriend did. She's saying that men who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s sometimes date women in their 20s. As a result, that woman cannot fulfill his needs. And he realizes that real quick. Except I am fulfilling my boyfriend's needs. Because men aren't that difficult. If that's what makes you feel better by putting down women that are younger, I mean, so be it. Men having preferences to date younger women, perfectly valid. There are a lot of younger women out there who find older men very attractive. So I received a comment that was a real gem. Wholeheartedly, as an older woman who's paid her own bills for almost 20 years, I would like to tell you to STFU. Because I need him to come pay my bills. It's too many of them and they come on time every month. This is the beauty of 50-50 relationships. You wouldn't have to pay 100% of all your bills because you guys would live together and share some expenses. Of course, you'd have your own too that you would need to pay, but it's cheaper to live with somebody else. It's one thing if he agrees the traditional sense, fine, but no man is obligated to go into that.
You're a mom who has a husband, and that husband won't get his ass out of the fucking bathroom. Let me tell you what you do. Let me tell you what you do. This is a game changer, okay? You time him. From the moment he goes into that bathroom and shuts the fucking door, you time it. You put it on your iPhone. Start a running clock, okay? that is the same amount of time that you get in the bathroom.
You've got to be kidding me.
You get in the bathroom. Yes, ma'am. So when he comes out, you show him your phone, you say you were in there for 37 minutes. I now get to be in the bathroom for 37 minutes. This is a little rule that we have implemented in my household, and let me tell you, it's a fucking game changer. It is a game changer. I will sit my ass happily on the toilet with my damn pants on and fucking scroll. And I will sit in there and I will hear chaos going on outside, but that's my time. If my husband can sit on the toilet and scroll on his phone and do whatever the hell he wants to do, then I get to too.
How about instead of playing this weird game, you let him go to the bathroom, you know? And if you really need, time to yourself, like a break, then let him have his time first. After he gets off work, then ask him to watch the kids for 30 minutes, whatever it is, whatever you need, and then take your break. You don't need to treat him like a child. No. They should go to prison. This isn't talked about enough. When men are falsely accused, their lives are often ruined. Even when they're proven innocent, their reputation with their family and friends is quickly destroyed because everyone thinks that they're that type of guy. The cost of defending themselves, the time it takes them away from work, potentially jail time. It doesn't take a lot of proof to get someone arrested for something like this. Not only do I know people who have been falsely accused and have been penalized for it, I also majored in criminal justice. I mean, why do you think I majored in criminal justice? It doesn't even hurt just the man that was accused. It rips families apart. This affects me on a very personal level, and it's horrendous. Women that do stuff like this are truly evil. Obviously, we have to be careful with this. The man would have to be able to prove that she falsely accused him for sure. And if he has enough proof to back it up, I think she should be arrested and put in prison for as long as he would have gotten if he were to have done the crime. This is not something we can play around with. Men's lives are taken away because of this. And according to online sources, less than 1% are false accusations, which I don't buy that at all. We aren't taught our Miranda rights in school, and during the interrogation process, law enforcement can use some pretty intense tricks to get you to admit to things that you probably didn't do, or to twist your words against you. And a man who has never committed a crime and has never been in this situation, especially the younger ones, may not understand what he's up against and may not know that he has the right to request an attorney. It's extremely vague and confusing.